unveiling hidden truths through prison text messages and reflections on a tragic night that Maddie's life was taken too soon. Will Jennifer Soto finally be arrested?
Crime membership. Stefan is talking to me, and I'm talking back to him right now. First was Deb and Chris, second's me, and then it's Stefan and me again, or guilty of crime. We have a guilty of crime email in the system, which I showed you earlier. All right, let me
read the next part.
Yeah, hold on
real
quick.
Top of page 6, group 2.
Okay, from Stefan Stearns. Yes, yeah. from Stefan Stearns.
I am Stefan. I'm SS anyway because I'm since server, so I'm still SS either way. It's all good for me. Sassy and classy. All right. Hey, I'm sorry I haven't replied in forever. I haven't had access to a tablet since I got moved. I went to CFRC and that was rough. Then they moved me up to Appalachia in the Panhandle, and I didn't have a tablet there either. I was in confinement in both places and just got moved again today to a PM camp. I don't remember the name, but I got lucky that the tablet person was in the intake property area while I was there, and I now have my own tablet finally. Could you clarify those questions you had for me? And could I ask you for a favor? This tablet system is different, and my family has to send a connection from their end. I can't send a request from my end. Could either you or Jay please let them know to download the Securus Tech app or visit the website and add me. Also, I want to let them know that they need to apply from their end to be on my visitation list, ? Only people on the approved visitation list may put funds in my account. Anyone can send funds in the first 60 days. So I've received what they sent so far, but the 60 days will be up later this month, and they will need to be on the list. So even if they don't go to visit him, they still need to be on that list so he can get procurement, is what he's saying.
Right.
Okay.
And he's working that out with them. Yeah, he's working that out with them. We're just going back and forth, having open conversations. And while he's answering questions, I'm going to ask them. All right. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Thank you, Sergio. I appreciate that. Sergio says black people. All right, go ahead.
The officers at CFRC took everything from me, all my books, my hygiene. They smashed my radio. They tormented me every chance they had. So far, the officers at Appalachia were more professional, and this new place seems even better. I'm finally out of confinement here in an open bay dorm, just a large room with all the bunks in it, like an army barracks. Okay. With a single man bunk. It seems pretty okay in here. It's a PM dorm, so everyone here is checked in, quote unquote. I think I could be all right here for now. The staff have been quite cordial, obviously, so long as you don't piss them off, LOL. But I'm okay for now. Like I said, I lost all my books and everything, but even at CFRC, I had a neighbor in another cell who was kind enough to pass me some books through the orderlies. And then at Appalachia, my neighbor in the cell next to mine gave me a bunch of books to read. I was so grateful. I only wished I had anything at all to give him in return. I was blessed to have such kind and generous neighbors in both those places.
He has no idea, though, Cindy. He has no idea what these people will turn around and do to you after they take your stuff, which is the funny part. He doesn't listen either. When his mom tells him that, he thinks he knows. So he's going to end up in a predicament, I'll tell you. And we want answers before that happens. All right, let's go.
Yeah. So please let my parents know to add me on the tablet from their end and to make sure they apply for the visitation. He got moved. They never had time to follow up, yada, yada. So I have no way to contact them. And I had to list one of my attorneys as my emergency contact. Thank you. Talk to you later. Or talk to you later. Yeah. Okay. So now we're on September 11th. To Stefan Stearns. That's you.
All right. I'll go ahead and read that one. What am I asking? Okay. I figured you were in limbo with your transfers. I did let them know about the information and give it to your mom so they can get in touch. I hope you're able to get in touch with them soon. They're very nice people. How did they end up moving you from Appalachia? You weren't there that long. How was it? I looked it up and it didn't look pleasant. Why was CFRC rough? What was the reception, etc. Now, let me just explain real quick. What we're doing here is building a rapport and a relationship with Stefan. We ask very direct questions about the night Maddie was gone, about the CSAM, and about hard questions. But we have to build a relationship with him, and he only is willing to say certain things, but it has changed over time. So he says he's not ready to talk about the CSAM on Maddie because he still doesn't even accept it in his own mind. He says he never liked children before. So he's processing all this, and we're hoping to get, even if we get the caramelized sugar on the top answers, they have to match the autopsy, the toxicology, and all the other things. All right. So I know sometimes things aren't explained and you don't like what he's saying, but it's to get it out there so we can get it over to the police department. All right, I'm going to keep going. So we're just asking just stupid questions. Reception, blah, blah, blah. The questions I wrote, I think, are cryptic so that it didn't get denied. What I was asking is, did Jenn Soto have a hand in the actions that you pled guilty to? Did she have a hand in the actions or that you pled no contest to? I know you stated you didn't start it, so I was curious. I guess what you meant by that? Sorry, now that the case is over, it has my mind curious. What does PM mean? Like a mental health prison? How has it been? That is good. You have good neighbors. It's probably not easy to come by. Usually it's known that the neighbors are mean and rough because they feel they have nothing to lose. Gotta run. Hope your parents get in touch. September 11th, Stefan
That's me now.
Stearns.
That's me. Okay. Hey, so I was at Appalachia for maybe about 3 weeks or so. And yes, it is one of a handful of the very worst places in the state, probably the worst place I could have been sent, which was likely intentional on the part of CFRC. The people at Appalachia kind of gave the classification people here at Wakula a heads up, and the Wakula staff basically made the effort to bring me here. PM is protective management. Gotcha. And it wasn't project manager, so I had to ask.
Yeah, okay. Protective custody.
And
the nice neighbors.
It could be another not word we don't say on here. So I just wanted to make sure.
Hey, listen, those nice neighbors, when he drops the soap, aren't going to be so nice. All right. When he doesn't when they try to extort him or his parents for money, he just doesn't get it yet. All right. But the guards did. Well, the guards did spit at him and kick him and do shit to him. That's why he wasn't taking showers and stuff. Because
no nasty Nate, no naughty jungle of love. Remember that from that movie, everybody. I'm quoting a movie right now. Okay. So PM is protective management, and this is one other few facilities that has dedicated PM units and dorms. So everyone in this dorm and the 2 dorms next to it is PM status. This is a good place for me to be. CFRC was one long episode of COs harassing and abusing me. They took all of my property, they threw it away. Even the staff I was supposed to be able to keep or stuff smacked me in the face on day 1, threatened violence, attempted to intimidate me constantly, deprived me of food many times, dumped piss jugs in my cell, tampered with my toothbrush by wiping it on the inside of my toilet. Luckily, I'm very observant and noticed my toothbrush looked weird. They never accepted or submitted any requests by me, skipped me for showers. When I first arrived, some sergeant named, I shouldn't say it, made me soak my clothes in a shower and wear them wet, threatening violence if I didn't. He went through all my legal discovery and looked at it, which they are not allowed to do. A lot of things. I just stayed quiet, never talked back or gave them the reaction they wanted. They were trying to get me to act out so that they could have a plausible reason to spray me and beat me and charge me. I just never gave them the justification for it.
Oh, no, they just wanted to do that for fun, Stefan. I wish you knew that. They just don't like you. And yeah, Chomo's, that's what they get. I mean, he doesn't realize that, but he will. All right, keep going.
It kind of goes both ways, you know. It's the same coin, just a different side.
Right.
Right. Okay. About your questions regarding Jenn and the things I pled no contest to. I took that deal because it was obvious that I was in no way going to receive a fair or impartial trial with all the media and public attention at the time. I hate that the only thing Maddie's family knows or believes is what the investigators and state wanted them to believe. I kept my mouth shut on my attorney's advice, and it was terrible advice. It only allowed the state to control and perpetuate their own narrative. Yes, Jenn had a hand in the death. Yeah, but not in the way you might think. I will say it flat out. Maddie was not red rummed. She was not. Her death was an accident resulting from a combination of several factors. As best as I was able to tell, she threw up in her sleep and asphyxiated on her own vomit. I found her asleep on cold and dead, lying on her back face up with her mouth full of vomit and vomit leaking from her nose. I moved her body. That was a mistake resulting from me having a complete breakdown and not being able to think and act rationally. I should have called 911. I did it for reasons that, looking back with a clear head, were batshit crazy. Okay,
Yep.
Here's where it's going to get very serious, people. Please be cool in the chat.
Yes, we're
All
going
right,
to talk about,
That's your
You want me to-
warning.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to read it, but they need to be chill. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to put up the
You
evidence.
keep the eye on the thingy.
Yep.
All right. That night, Maddie had complained about anxiety, which he suffered from generalized anxiety. So Jenn gave her hits of marijuana. I witnessed it with my own eyes. After that, I believe either Jenn gave her Ativan or she helped herself to some because her judgment was impaired. I found my own bottle with the lid sitting loosely on the bottle, not screwed on, which is not how I ever leave my pill bottles. In addition, because she had the munchies and begged me for snacks, I allowed her to overindulge and fill up on junk food right before she went to sleep. The overfull stomach must have sent the food back up, and the combination of substances must have rendered her incapable of waking up and reacting to it, and that's it. Any damage to her throat could only have occurred after death in the course of my moving her. It's so awful that her family and everyone has believed she was red rummed by someone who adored her and who also adored, thinking her last moments were spent in fear or pain. They weren't. She passed in her sleep, and it completely broke me.